Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Money Basics with Jackie, where we make money simple, practical, and less intimidating. I'm Jackie, and today we are talking about something that affects all of us, whether we have $100 or 100,000 invested. Welcome to episode 2, the Money Habits episode of Unmasking Money Fears. Before we get started, if you're enjoying this series, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with somebody who is trying to improve their relationship with money. So, I'll break it down into 3 parts. So, we'll start by forgive yourself for what you didn't know. So, basically, you cannot be able to build a better financial future while you're constantly punishing yourself for the financial past. The past is in the past. Leave it there. Learn from it, but don't live in it. I recently attended a conference where Venus Williams was speaking, and she said the exact same thing. She said, forgive yourself. You have no time machine to go back and undo plays. So you better just forgive yourself so that you can be able to move into the future. So forgive yourself for what you don't know and what you didn't know about money. Second thing is savings don't have to be big. We're not trying to become wealthy overnight. We're just trying to build a system. Whether you have $5 a week or $500 a month, the habit matters more than the amount. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Just start today. If it's just $1, just put it away. And we all started somewhere. Let not people tell you that they climbed the stairs and just jumped to the top. It's one step at a time. I remember the process from starting to save $1 to saving $100 to being able to save $1,000 a month. Each of these milestones is very important, and it means a lot in your money building journey. The third thing is common money fears. We all have fears. We all have been told different things that affect our relationship with money. The common ones are, I don't make enough, the fear of failure, fear of not having enough, fear of looking at the numbers. Some of us just can't look at it because we're afraid that the numbers will tell us what we already fear, that we are not doing very well. And then also sometimes some of us fear success because we were told like people with money are evil, and we can always just unmask some of these fears. So let's try and do that. That's going to be our part 4. So ask yourself, what story am I telling myself about money? Then let's replace the limiting beliefs. Let's replace with money doesn't grow on trees with I can make money grow given the right system. Let's put empowering beliefs behind our money. Let's say fear of failure. Let's say that I can't fail. I can only fail if I don't try. And already that's where I'm at. So there's nothing that can happen if I do try. The only thing I can do is I can succeed or I can learn. So the next thing is the fear of not having enough. The truth is, there is nothing like enough money. There is sufficient, but there is never enough because your desires grow so as your wealth grows. So maybe now you are desiring a car. Then before long you get a car, and then you'll start desiring a bigger car, and then a house. So your level of beliefs will keep on going. So it will never be enough, but that does not mean that we can't start saving that $5, that $10. I used to have a coach that used to tell me that if I just saved $100 a month from the time I was 20 to the time I retired, I would retire a millionaire. And I believed them with all my heart. I believed them. So I think what they were just trying to teach us is compounding growth, that if you put the money to work for you and its children to work for you, then you get it. And it's the same thoughts that are repeated in the book called The Richest Man in Babylon, whereby there's the 5 rules of gold. And one of the rules of gold is that whatever you keep, the gold that you keep, you let it reproduce, and you let its children's children work for you, and let its children's children multiply and work for you. So it constantly becomes a loop. So we're just trying to build those systems that be able to compound. I think compounding is one of the wonders of the world that Warren Buffett speaks about, because he says that most of his wealth didn't occur until it had sat in the market over time. He started investing when he was a young investor in his teens, and most of his wealth didn't appear until he was way past the age of 60, because then compounding took charge. So the next thing I would say is budget. Everybody needs a budget, not to be able to tell you what to do, but a budget is more to help you see where your money is going at. And I would say let's start by track your expenses for 1 week. Just get a nice budget, a nice tracking app. I use Mint, but there's so many other free apps that allow you to just track your expenses, or even just track it on notes. Every time you spend any money, just track it so that you can see where your money is going. And then every time you make a payment toward a debt or something, let it be tracked so that you can actually see progress, because your heart feels fulfillment when you see progress. In other words, for those who have credit card debt and different types of debt, track your debt. See it reduce as you make those payments. And then forgive yourself if the debt didn't make sense. We've all taken debt that didn't make sense at one point. I remember I took some debt to buy some shoes. I really wanted the shoes. I don't think I have ever remembered the shoes or what they look like at this day and age, but at that point, they meant the world to me. So forgive yourself for what you didn't know. Let's start saving small. Even if the amounts feel small, they do compound. And the good thing about money is once you start seeing the growth in it, you get more excited to put more in. And then identify your money fears. The only way to deal with a fear is to face it. And then financial freedom is built through small, consistent habits repeated over time. Thank you for joining me in another episode of Money Basics with Jackie. Your financial future is not determined by your past mistakes, but by the decisions you make today.